Hi, good afternoon. My name is Edward, and I have my friend here with me, Lester, which he gonna help me with some question. So right, we're gonna start with the first question. Lester, my first question is, what do you, from your own understanding, what is moral character development?
So, moral character development is the process where the person's moral is improving and seeing the things in a different way. For example, through the years, I am becoming a better person that I want. And through the years, I encountered many different persons, many different actions that influence my behavior right now. For example, there's a friend that's so good that he influenced me to be a better person in the way I talk, the way I behave, the way I act in other persons. Therefore, in that way, there's a moral character development. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you. All right, my friend. Second question. Is there any major experiences in your life any influences that based on the development of your moral character?
Personally, there's a life experience that hone or develop my moral character. That experience is when I received the news of the death of late Captain Sandoval. Captain Romal Sandoval is a one of Marawi hero. He sacrificed his own life to save his men. So that when I received that news, I started to think differently. How moral is defined. Moral development is defined not in the way that you started talking good things or talking in a sugarcoat way, but it's all about putting your shoes into others and suffer the way they suffer. Not the suffering that their problems are hurting you, but in a way that their suffering is make your make your own eyes open and started to see what they experience. Therefore, you can act or behave in a way that don't hurt them. Yeah, something like that.
Brilliant. All right, our third question. Can you name specific individual role model who changed your life or shape your life regarding the moral character?
Actually, for me, there's a five persons that shape my moral character development. Number one is my family, since they are the persons that I'm with. Number two is my uncles. So my uncles is from a military service. Therefore, their moral character is in a different level compared to a civilian. Number three is David Goggins. David Goggins is a motivational speaker and a U.S. Navy SEAL. Number four is late Captain Sandoval. And number five is my friends from PMA, because they have a different perspective how they define moral. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Ahlijah Jessica, the next person who will interview you. So my question is, do you have difficulties or disagreement within your family that have shaped your perspective of moral behavior?
Yeah, sometimes we have a difficulties or disagreements with my families, especially when it beyond their capability. It means that the problems or the difficulties is more personal to me. It means that the situation I encountered is outside of our home. The reasons why we have a disagreement or difficulties is because I think or I know that I can handle it well because I I I am in that situation. Therefore, I can think and I can behave in a way that they taught me, in a way how they taught me. That's it.
with your family help in influencing your moral character?
It helped me in a way that I saw how they behave. Therefore, their action is influencing me how to become a better person. For example, if you will act good to me, and then I will and then I will reciprocate that actions to you. So if a person shows a good manners or good behavior to you, then you will reciprocate it to them, and that's it. Then that's how my family or my relatives communication helped me to influence my moral development behavior. And when they when they behave well, then I will behave well as well. That's it.
How did your interactions with peers and classmates impact your perception of moral behavior in your school?
It opened my eyes and saw that other people is having problem as well. Therefore, I must act considerately and kind because I don't know what they experience in their home. So if I will interact with other people or other classmates, I must act well because that small things that acting well, it will help them to make them feel comfortable to you and make them feel well because they saw someone or they interact someone that is kind to them though. So that's it. It opened my eyes and experience and saw that other people are experiencing problem as well. Therefore, I must act well and I must act in a good manners. That's it.
I am Ira Mae and I'm the last one who will interview. The question is, can you recall a moment where peer pressure questioned your moral principles and how you handled it?
There's a one classmate that questioned me that why I always kind to other and why I always ready to help others. So my response is why not? Because as long as I have the capability to help, as long as I have the capability to be kind to others, I will do it. That's it.
Next question is, how has exposure to various forms of media, such as television, movies, and internet, influenced your moral perspective?
David Goggins is one of the digital persons that influenced me through social media. So it influenced me in a way that I listen to their podcasts. I watch how what they did, what they do in a their training, and in a way that I read their books. So I believe that what you see is what you perceive. So in that way, they influence me. So that's it.
Next question is, how education and learning experience help you to understand morality?
Education has taught me the theoretical definition of being moral. It teach me what is moral, how to act morally in every situations that I encounter, and why I have to be morally why I have to be morally behave in a daily life. So that's what the educations taught me about moral.
And for the last question is, in your opinion, do you believe that having strong moral character is important to an individual?
Yes, a strong moral is our wall to become prepared all the time. I believe that if you have a weak moral or low moral, it will break down in the futures when the problems is coming to you. So you must build a strong moral to become prepared on the problems that will come to you. And I believe that in AFP there's what we call high moral. High moral means that you are ready and prepared to suffer and to break those problems. So that's it. Building a strong moral will help you to break those problems and to avoid breakdown on those problems. So that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lester, for giving us the opportunity to interview you. And that's the end of our interview. Thank you.